think that's about right. Come on. That's pretty good lighting. No, only if why is it looking like that? I don't know. What is it? More pro? Let's try this. The hell? Pro doesn't do what I want it to either. Let's try. But why does it look so damn dark? HD. Ooh, it does a smooth. Hello, everyone. Okay. I mean, maybe. Hold on, y'all. What's the settings? Advanced video options. Uh-huh. Okay. Shooting methods. Okay. Okay, that should be. Why isn't it? It looks shadowed. Let me try something. Does that look better? No. I don't know. Something doesn't look right. Let's try. So we're gonna read this. I have to go back because the footage got messed up. So I have to reread some pages, but we're gonna be okay. Hi, my music. So I gotta reread this lovely chapter that had, well, it had a little bit something in it, but not what I would call something. Oh, look at my, this is the, you see it? Yeah, it's got the heart on it. But anyway, I look like, what's that girl? She's a cartoon with the green pants on. Not Hannah, I keep wanting to say Hannah Montana. What's her name? Kim Possible. Someone said, because these pants. Hi, Diego. Hi, everyone. Polly's on here. I got both my guys on here. Okay, so we're going to start again from chapter 14. And I'm using my new phone to film. Well, cancel. What is it doing now, motherfucker? But the lighting looks off. And I don't know if it's like I don't know. Macro Pro Panorama Food Night. I don't know. There we go. Is that? No. That looks darker. Oh well. Okay. We're just going to try this anyway. The lighting might be bad on the actual video, but whatever. But hi guys, welcome to the live. I'm just going to catch up on Powerless. I have to backtrack because the last time I filmed, it didn't go too well. Yeah, it didn't go too well, but now I have a new phone. Let's pray it goes well today and we can get on tomorrow to the hot parts of the book. I'm ready. But anyway, this is still hot. It's just not as flavorful as I would like. But welcome everybody, and if I'm not going to be able to look at the comments, I'm just doing like a live reading. It's a romance novel. It's hot. It's hot. But anyway, if you go on my videos, make sure you hype all my videos. Hyping is an option now. Yay! I think every member gets like 2 hypes every day, and you actually get points for it. I don't know what any of that means, but please hype my videos. Please check out my merch. I have some really cool shit available. Really cool shit that only cool people will get. And we only have a certain quantity because you don't want to go big too fast. Size matters. Size matters, y'all. Calm down. Size matters. I know. Hi, Jimmy. I finally got Teresa in, though. Teresa's this way. It's the other one that was getting kind of nappy. It's that one, but a new one. What? Hype the most? I don't know. Hype any of them that you watch, but you only get 2 a day, I believe. But YouTube is like, ooh, her videos are everybody's favorite. So this one is good, but listen, you can't hype a live, I don't think. Damn, I shouldn't have had that shot. Now I have the hiccups. 3 a week? That's some bullshit. I can't be. I'm trying to be serious, but I look like Kim Possible with these pants on. I can't help it. This one is good. Gen X. This one is good. You can't hype this one. But make sure you guys all are thumbsing up the video. Thumbs up. Thumbsing up. It's not even a sweater, really. Jimmy, you're so sweet. He's always, I'm like Jimmy's bartender, personal bartender. Okay, I'm going to start now. Everybody listen. Shh. Shh. I'm all about everything, by the way, Theodore. Everything. I'm about everything. Okay. Chapter 14, Sloan. Don't interrupt me, you all. Hi, guys. Welcome back. We're here to continue Powerless by C. Silver, Book 3 in the Chestnut Springs series, and it's hot. It is hot, and it's about to get hotter any minute now. But anyway, make sure you hit your bell notification and you can watch my readings on live and see all the personality before the editing takes place. Oh my God. It's fun. But anyway, I'm excited to get into this again. I am rereading like a very small portion of it because it got backtracked. Don't worry, I'll edit all that banging the drums in the background out of here. Okay, so that won't be an issue. Remember, edit that. Okay, chapter 14, Sloan, page 147. Sloan, this waitress is a fan. Jasper, Sloan. Sloan, what? She looks like she's going to gobble you up. Jasper, don't. Sloan, are you blushing? Jasper, she's a stranger doing her job. She isn't looking at me like anything. Jasper, don't make that face. Sloan, if you need space, just leave a sock on the hotel room door. Jasper, Sonny, shut up. I never do that to you. The waitress seats us next to one of the enormous windows overlooking the lake. We didn't know what to expect at Rose Hill Reach, only that it was right next door to the hotel. It's a lovely spot, though. All windows face the lake, and one door opens to a long dock with a wide landing that I'm assuming could function as a patio in the summer. Inside, it's all vaulted ceilings and dark wood. River stone fireplaces and butcher block tables. In one corner, there are even pool tables and dartboards. It's cozy. I almost feel like I'm at a ski lodge as I remove my jacket and scoot down into the rounded wooden chair, gazing out over the water. The water where Jasper and I just, well, I don't know what we were doing. Well, it sure as hell. I glance back at Jasper and watch him fold his tall, powerful frame into a chair that's too small for him. He reaches up to take one of the burgundy leather-bound menus the waitress is now holding out to us. Her eyes widen when the tips of his fingers brush against her hand. Even hidden beneath the brim of his hat, he's recognizable, especially only 4 hours away from Calgary. Oh my God! Hi! She breathes out, looking like a kid on Christmas. You're Jasper Gervais! One of her hands falls across her chest, and I have to resist the urge to roll my eyes. Jasper gives her a kind smile and a gracious little dip of his head. Hi, is all he says back, turning his small smile down to the menu. In typical Jasper fashion, he's friendly, but not that friendly. Friendly enough that no one can say he's rude, but not friendly enough to invite more conversation. Not that it's ever stopped me. The girl's brown eyes flash between us, trying to read the situation before she points a finger like she's come up with a great idea. I'll give you a minute with the menus. She's chipper, and I can't help but notice the way her cheeks pink when her eyes land on Jasper again. She's starstruck, and it's honestly cute. Jasper doesn't notice though, or at the very least doesn't comment. He hunches over his menu and stares at his own options. It strikes me that he isn't an easy man to get to know, that he must seem closed off to most people he meets. Two-dimensional even. But I know better. I know his humor. I know how fiercely he is family, and I know he has social anxiety that makes him seem standoffish to most. He keeps so much locked up inside that he never talks about. What are we going to have? My eyes snap up and back down at the menu filled with standard pub fare. A salad? Jasper's head tips up and he stares at me, expression carefully blank before his eyes roam over me, catching on my shoulder, which peeks out of the neckline of the thick-knit navy blue sweater I recently purchased. I wonder if he's about to say something about my meal choice. I know I'm thin, too thin, but after years of fighting my way to the top of our ballet company and then being told I need to look a certain way for a wedding, it's hard to change my mindset. Besides, with everything that's happened since my wedding, my appetite has almost been non-existent. He shrugs and drops his gaze back down. Okay. I keep reading the plastic pages before me. Ooh, they have Buddy's Best on tap. Amusement sparks on his handsome face. You can get something better, you know. I laugh. Of course I know, but I've developed a taste for it. Jasper flips his menu shut and leans back in his chair, crossing his arms. His biceps bulge against the soft gray waffle knit Henley he's wearing. I try not to stare. You sure aren't just ordering it to be contrary? I lean back and mirror his position. His midnight eyes drop for a split second to my shoulder again before resting back on my face. Nope, I love it. I bet it tastes different on tap. Better even. His grin whines. Yes, I'm quite certain the quality is really affected. I nod. I wonder if it's available in bottles. He snorts. I'll have to try all three to really pass judgment. He leans across the table with a spark in his eye and a small smirk on his shapely lips. His fresh scent, spearmint and something earthy, like one of those dried eucalyptus sprigs, drifts my way as his long fingers tap on the table twice. New goal for this road trip. Try Buddy's Best absolutely everywhere we can. Become true connoisseurs. I laugh, wagging my head as I lean forward. Gravity pulls me toward him, and our eyes lock. They lock so hard that I can't pull mine away. His dark blues are like a vacuum. They suck me straight in, and for a split second, everything around us gets lost in the rush of blood in my ears. Oh, I felt that before. All right, you two ready? The server pops up next to us. We both start and sit up straight. With a quick coughing noise, Jasper recovers. Yeah, Sloan, go ahead. I tuck my hair behind my ears and smile at the girl whose cheeks have gone pink again. I'll have a green salad with vinaigrette, please. I hand back the menu, face flipping in Jasper's direction when he says he'll have the same. He doesn't pay me any mind, though. But I'll also have an order of the battered cod bites and popcorn chicken. She nods, smiling so broadly my cheeks almost hurt for her. I'll also have a pint of Buddy's Best, I say. Jasper holds his menu out. Let's make that a pitcher. She reads our order back to us and scampers away. I can feel the other staff looking over at us, but I don't pay them any mind, because the way Jasper is staring at me right now has my stomach twisting and thighs clenching. I return to gazing out the window at the black lake and try to gather my thoughts. Because I've been staring at Jasper Gervais since I was 10 years old, and suddenly he's staring back. I think the popcorn chicken pairs better. I lean back in my seat and pat my stomach. Once we had our salads, Jasper made the excellent point that beer doesn't pair all that well with lettuce. He explained how we wouldn't be giving the flavor profile a fair shake if we didn't test it with something appropriately greasy and salty, which is how I found myself scarfing back deep-fried meats and considering their merits while enjoying a second pitcher of cheap beer that doesn't taste that great no matter what I pair it with. What it tastes like, though, is rebellion. And for right now, that's good enough for me. Jasper nods, assessing the plates before us. I think you're right, but I love fish and chips with vinegar. That's really good. Yeah, we ordered fries too. According to Jasper, just saying fish and not fish and chips is weird. Through all the gluttony, he hasn't said a word about my weight or mentioned how much or how little I eat. He's just put food in front of me and involved me in the fun of trying it all out with him. Even with everything so fucked up, I can't remember the last time I felt this relaxed. Tonight, I'm basking in being myself, and it feels good not worrying about calories or how everyone around me is perceiving my every move. Fair. That was amazing, too. Plus, those fries are totally homemade. He tosses another one in his mouth, chewing and nodding appreciatively. I think you're right. Want to play a game of pool before we go and pass out? He juts his chin just past me, eyes catching on my shoulder. Again, as I turn to look at the pool table, I sneak a peek down at it to see if I spilled something there or have sprouted a long hair out of a mole or something. Seeing that my skin is clear, I hum contemplatively as I catch sight of the pool table. It isn't overly busy, but it's not empty either. There are people milling around, so that means witnesses to how bad I am at pool. And I hate being bad at things. Hate failing, hate losing. I'm competitive to my core. I don't really know how. Well, I'll just have to show you. Jasper pushes the stand and with 2 steps has rounded the table and hovers over me with one outstretched hand. He looks relaxed. The way his hair curls out of the back of his hat makes the tips of my fingers itch. I'm good. I'll just watch you. He scuffs playfully. Come on, Sonny. WWBD. Huh? My head tips to the side and I eye his wide, warm palm skeptically. What would Bo do? WWBD. I actually think that's more of a tongue twister than just saying the sentence. His hand bounces in front of me. Stop stalling. Let's go. Bo would play pool even if he sucked at it, and he'd have fun sucking. I quirk a suggestive brow at Jasper. I'm sure that's not what he meant it, how he meant it, but after several pints of shitty beer, it's where my head goes. His usually serious face immediately breaks out in a breathtaking smile as he glances across the room with a laugh. White teeth, dimples hiding under his stubble. It's impossible to look at Jasper smiling and not smile too. Laughter bubbles in my throat, and I slap my palm into his as he pulls me up to standing. Fine, but I'm going to suck. His tongue slides out over his lips almost suggestively, head shaking like I'm in trouble. Something about this combination makes an ache unfurl behind my hips. He's effortlessly sexy, totally distracting. But you're going to have fun doing it. He points at me as he drops my hand and reaches for our beers before turning toward the empty pool table in the corner. We're towing the line of this joke, even for us, but the alcohol coursing through my veins has me feeling bolder than usual. I always do, I say cheerfully to his broad back, which presses rhythmically against his gray fabric of his shirt as he walks away, knowing I'll follow because he has my beer and a killer ass. I watch his head tip back at my words, a small prayer for patience, I'm sure. Jesus, Sonny. After setting our drinks on a tall table, he grabs 2 cues and turns toward me with a challenging glint in his eye. My heart flutters in my chest and relief hits me like a tidal wave. I've been so damn worried about him. When he retreats into himself, he scares me. I worry if he goes too far back, if he slips into those dark cracks, that he won't come back out. Or he won't come back out the same. Broody and shy, but sweet. Jasper Gervais is so damn sweet under his standoffish exterior that it almost makes my teeth ache. That's another side of him few people get to see, and I think I like that about him too. He doesn't give his attention away willy-nilly. He doesn't absently hum along to what you're saying while scrolling on his phone. If you have Jasper Gervais's attention, you've got it all, and that's because he wants you to have it. He doesn't just listen to me, he hears me, he sees me. And there's something precious about that, the way he can look at someone and make them feel like the only person in the room. He's not showy, he's not the life of the party, but he knows how to make a person feel special, feel loved and cared for. I've never known a soul more truly present. The way he is, it speaks to me. It always has. He's like a warm blanket that I want to wrap myself up in. And when his eyes are bright and his smile is soft like right now, forget it. He's breathtaking. Ready to play? Let's do it. My eyes widen. God, what is wrong with me? Pool. Let's do the pool. I hold a hand up. Play pool, not do the pool. Ha. I quickly reach for my beer and take a deep swig while Jasper chuckles at me. Handsome fucking brain cell killing jerk. Do I need to cut you off? Shut up, Gervais. Let's play. Fire blazes in his eyes and he stares back at me. Okay, Sloan, let's play. Sorry. Chapter 15, Sloan. Jasper, why are you taking so long in there? Sloan, giving myself a drunk pep talk. Jasper, what is that? Sloan, it's where I splash water in my face and stare at myself in the mirror. Then I tell me to pull my shit together and be cool. Jasper, you're talking yourself in the women's bathroom to be cool? Sloan, exactly. Jasper, Sonny, be less cool. Come save me. The waitress keeps trying to talk to me. Sloan, so talk to her. Jasper, I don't like talking to people. Sloan, you talk to me. Jasper, you're not people. Sloan, LMAO, what am I then? Jasper, my person. Stop it, I'm already dead. He barks out a laugh as he rounds the table and leans over it. Is pool supposed to be sexy? Because Jasper makes it look sexy. His hard body leans against the green felt top. His veined hands wrap lightly around the cue. His eyes narrow like this is a Stanley Cup final or something. The way that boyish smile lights up his face when I complain about him kicking my ass. I hate losing, and yet, to see him smile like that, I lose over and over again. I'd sit on a cold roof. I'd dance in the rain. I'd go on a road trip and drink shitty beer and eat greasy foods. For Jasper, I do anything, except actually tell him that. Because when he turns me down, I'll break. A million little pieces of me scattered into the wind. It doesn't matter that my love for him is pathetic and tragically unrequited. It just is. The sky is blue, the grass is green, and I've loved Jasper Gervais from the first day I laid eyes on him. With a few too many pints of cheap beer, it's easy to admit to myself because my mental walls have evaporated entirely. I'm a 28-year-old woman with a soul-consuming, one-sided childhood crush. It's hilarious if I think about it. A drunk, girlish laugh bubbles out of me, and I'm not laughing with me. I'm definitely laughing at me. See? You just made a joke about being dead. You laugh at the most morbid shit. Jasper grins at me from beneath his cap, leaning on the vertical pool cue. I shake my head with a smile and take another sip. I really do laugh at inappropriate stuff. If he only knew. I I really am atrocious at this. I hate myself a little bit for it too. I reply, but I'm chuckling as I say. His chin tips out at me before he moves in my direction from the opposite side of the table. Here, let me show you. You're holding it too tight. Jasper racks his cue on the wall and steps up behind me, his fresh, minty scent a vivid reminder of listening to him take a shower in the same hotel room as me. The smell of his soap wafted out of the room of steam that escaped when he emerged with the towel wrapped around his waist and dark tattoos tracing every hard line of muscle. I didn't get a good look at them all because I didn't want to gawk. I forced myself to stare at the e-reader on my lap. Pure torture. I stared at the same page of the same book for the entire 10 minutes. Like my ability to read grew wings and flew out of my head at the mere thought of him naked and soapy. Sure, we've lived at the ranch house for the past week, but there were so many other people in and out of that place that it never felt like we were truly alone, other than the nights we spent sitting on the roof. Now, on the road together, it's like we're completely isolated. Like this. His pecs bump into blades of my shoulders as he stands behind me, arms dropping down around my torso like a cage. My body seizes up and he doesn't help matters when he softly says, "Relax, Sloan, bend over the table." My cheeks flame like a dark cherry and I swallow before doing as he says. I hinge at the hips, sliding my left hand up the shaft of the cue and lining it up with the white ball. I'm already bad at pool, and having Jasper imitating fucking me from behind in public definitely isn't going to make me any better. All the balls are just a blur of color before me because my body is entirely homed in on his. The feel, the smell, the way my chest vibrates from the butterflies crashing around in there. I laugh. I think I saw this in a Hallmark movie once. His right hand cups my elbow and his left hand slides down my arm as he gently adjusts my position. My biggest worry is that I'm going to grind my ass back into him like a cat in heat. The beer goggles are real as the shame spiral will be tomorrow. Be cool, be cool, be cool. Even my inner voice slurs as I give myself another internal pep talk. This isn't a Hallmark movie, Sonny. His warm breath caresses the side of my neck and breezes through my hair. I suck in a quick breath and my nipples pebble instantly as his hips line up with mine. What is it? My voice comes out as a hoarse whisper. His left hand moves up, his thumb brushing once over the bone of my wrist before he slides his fingers out over mine. Relax. He gently shimmies my wrist. I think trying to indicate my hand is too tense. And then I watch raptly as the pads of his fingers dust over the massive diamond ring that still adorns my finger. This is a friend teaching another friend how to hold a pool cue properly. Right. It feels like sinking into that freezing cold lake all over again, a cold dose of reality. He pulls my cue back as he helps line up the shot and then pushes it back through the crook of my thumb. When the chalk-covered tip hits the ball, we freeze in place, his body on mine, my body flush against his. For that moment, we press into each other. The clink of the balls crashing into each other and the pounding of my heart are all I hear. We watch together, breathing in the air that the other breathes out, as a solid purple ball drops into the pocket. And then he pulls away, like he always does. And I'm still leaning over the table, overthinking a perfectly innocent interaction, like I always do. The voice I hear next sounds like twisting chalk on the felt tip of a pool cue. Oh my God, are you Jasper Gervais? I don't even need to look to know that Jasper offered an uncomfortable smile in his signature head nod to elicit the girlish squealing that now assaults my ears. Pushing up to a stand, I walk over to the rack without a backward glance. I press the stick into the closet suspended on the wall before turning and taking in the scene. I permit myself one deep, desperate, centering breath before I plaster a smile on my face and make my way back over to the beer, waiting for me. Two girls are fawning over Jasper. I see them, but not really. As usual, I just see Jasper. The way his body tenses, the light peachy stain that creeps out from under his stubble across his cheeks, his hands obsessively folding at the brim of his cap, I slide up beside him, reaching for my beer and watching one girl's eyes catch on my ring. Oh shit! Are y'all together? Her finger lazily flicks back and forth between us. Jasper's head swivels in my direction, eyes boring into mine like I might save him. But save him how? I'm just not sure, especially not after he told me in the plainest terms possible that I'm his friend as he bent me over a pool table. If that felt platonic for him, well, fuck me sideways. I must be totally hammered. No, we're friends. The girl smiles and sighs in relief. Well, congratulations on the engagement. Everyone's eyes drop to my hand and I lift my head slowly, offering a wan smile in return. Thanks. Will you sign the back of my shirt? Her friend asks as she tugs her coat down and pulls her hair over one shoulder, exposing her back and bare neck to my stupid hot friend cousin who just takes the pen the other girl holds out to him. When his hand wraps over her shoulder to hold her shirt in place, I walk away and order another beer that I do not need because I cannot stomach the sight of his hand on another woman. I feel like there's hot coal burning in my gut. I swivel my hand in a let's fucking go motion to the bartender and he smirks at me. He can probably tell I'm wobbly on my feet or that my eyes are glassy. But you know what? I don't care. I've been dutiful beyond compare to my family. I've been a professional in my career and I've had a few shit weeks. If I want to watch my life circle the toilet, I can at least throw back a few delicious Buddy's Best while I do. I peek over my shoulder at Jasper. His hand still rests on the random girl's back as he crouches to sign her plain white shirt. If making yourself sick with jealousy were an art form, I'd be a master at my craft. Over the years, I've tortured myself by watching the NHL awards. I've watched him year after year with different women, each one more stunning than the last. I watched them all dolled up, walking the red carpet, smiling for the cameras. And when it was over, I'd crawl into bed and imagine what they were doing at that very moment. I'd envision them clinking crystal flutes filled with fancy champagne, surrounded by other players at some ritzy club, followed by a quiet hotel room where Jasper would peel off her slinky, sparkly dress, because they're always slinky and sparkly. His lips, his hands, her moans. Imagining is easier than seeing it up close. I wrap my hands around the slippery pint glasses that appear in front of me and walk back to our table. I want you to sign my tits, is the first sentence I hear, and it makes me slam the pint glasses down with more force than I meant to. Drunkenness collides with anger and makes the golden liquid slosh over onto my hands. I only sign paper, clothes, and merch, is Jasper's simple response. I'm sure he's heard this titty request many times. I turn, wiping my hands on my jeans, not caring about the wet spots they leave. The girl slides closer and rolls her eyes like what he said doesn't matter. Come on, there's barely anyone here. Her lips tip up in a smirk and she pulls the neckline of her already deep V-neck down even lower. Right here. I'm sorry, no. He's apologizing to her? His eyes fall to mine, and to his credit, he doesn't even glance at her cleavage, which now shows the trim of her red lace bra. Would you rather do it in the bathroom so no one can see? What a hooch. His eyes are tight and searching. He looks like a dog staring up at me through the bars at a shelter, desperate for someone to save him, to shield him. I think he's always needed that in some way. Holding his navy blue gaze, I take a deep swig, and goddamn, the more Buddy's Best I drink, the better it tastes. Girl, stop! You're embarrassing yourself, I blurt, flicking my eyes over to the woman who is holding her tits out to him like she's the deal of the day at a fast food restaurant. I'm cringing for Jasper, but also cringing for her. Hilariously, I'm cringing for me too. Cringing all around. Her eyes narrow and her shoulders shimmy. He's just playing hard to get. She turns to Jasper with a slow feline smile stretching out her lips. But I'm patient and I like to play. I snort in the most unladylike way, my alcohol consumption really coming out to play. But it's like I'm watching myself from above. Like Sloane taking her toboggan down a slippery slope with no way to stop. Play what? Sexual harassment? The girl crosses her arms under her breast, pushing them up again. In God, they really are big. I'm readily admit I'm a little envious. Rich coming from the girl who is just all pressed up against a man who isn't her fiance. But your real fiance would like to know what you're here whoring it out with an NHL player. One loud laugh erupts from my throat, and everyone looks at me stunned. Whoring it up? It's funny. Sterling would absolutely use the term whoring it up. I laugh again, and the girls stare at me like I'm fucked in the head, and they're not wrong. The thought of Sterling knowing I'm on the road with Jasper, that we're sharing a hotel room, playing pool, and having fun is suddenly deeply satisfying and hilarious. I can vividly imagine the vein in his forehead throbbing and his meaty fingers curling in on themselves while he stomps his foot and demands I come home. Suddenly, Sterling Woodcock is nothing more than a badly behaved, red-faced toddler in my head, and the image sends me right over the edge. Laughter bubbles up slowly, and before I know it, I'm laughing hard enough that tears prick at my eyes. Jasper shakes his head at me, but the amusement on his face is clear. He moves in and slings a long arm over my shoulders. Time to go, Winthrop. He turns to guide us away, the girls clearly confused as all get out. No, I need to finish my buddy's best so I can round out my training as a connoisseur. And you need to sign that girl's jug so she can continue to pretend she wants your autograph when she just wants you to fondle her melons. The sound of a scuff and the sight of the girls turning to leave draw my attention momentarily. I really hope she tracks Sterling down and tells him about this. Jasper's laugh rumbles against me as he leads me out to our coats, and it just makes me laugh harder. So satisfying. Even if I am making an ass of myself, I'm just past the point of caring. The point of caring was 2 beers ago. Sonny, you're cut off, and all melons are going to remain in the produce section. They were big, Jess, and so round. I hold my hands up in front of me and mimic squeezing a set of breasts. I'm a little jealous, if I'm being honest. I kill for melons like that. Do you know which carries them? I pay good money. He covers me in my coat and slings his arm over before tossing cash on the table. Then I'm tucked up against him again, and we're walking out into the dark, frosty night. You're perfect the way you are, Sloan. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Usually, I preen and overthink that sentence, but right now, I just giggle. Are you saying my melons are nice? Press my chest out and cup them. You're going to get me in trouble one of these days, is how he responds. Would you sign my melons if I wanted you to? I need you to get some water. Don't be such a stick in the mud, Gervais. Answer the questions. I don't know, Sloan. His breath puffs out in front of him as we walk the short path back to our hotel room. It's hard to imagine you ever asked me to do that because you know me so well. Really proved you understand how much I hate that shit by shooting from the hip like a total nut. My head whirls and I lean on his steady form. Or I hold one finger up triumphantly. Shooting from the tits. Lord help me, he groans. Like the ladies on Austin Powers. You know the ones, the bullet bras? So cool. Thanks for looking out for me, Sonny, is all he responds, as he gives me a squeeze. I rest my head against the edge of his shoulder. Always Jess. Plus, I think those girls really liked me. Okay, I'm going to end that there for now. We are at 29 minutes and 24 seconds. So we ended on page 167, chapter 16, Jasper. We will pick up there tomorrow. Or actually, do I want to read a little more? Okay, I'm going to end this one and start that one. Okay. Thank you guys for being here for this book. It is so good. And this one I like a lot because it has more of a plot than just sex. Sex is great, but you got to have more of a storyline. And Jasper is like my favorite character in all of them because he was the adopted one, you know, the one put in behind everybody else. So now his personality is coming out to play, his happiness. That's what I like about this one. Because we waited 3 books to really learn anything about him, other than he was a professional hockey player. But thank you guys for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Make sure you subscribe. If you're not subscribed, what the hell are you doing? Subscribe. Hit the, what is it called? What is it called? The button. You can excitedly hit the button. What is it called, Polly? God, I just drew a blank. Hype. Hit the hype button. Sorry, that took me like a minute to remember. Hit the hype button And that really helps my videos. It helps my channel. It helps me. And also make sure you thumbs up every video. And if you don't like it, thumbs down and tell me why. But down below, put your favorite romantic emoji. That would be great. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks again. I'll see you soon. Bye. Yay. Tell a real story. Do I have any real stories? I don't know, y'all. This is so good, though. This book, like, it took almost halfway through the book to get to the sex. I think it's still a little ways away. Maybe a chapter or two. Yeah. But this one, I like this one a lot. This is definitely my favorite so far, but we'll see when it gets to the sex, if I really like it or not. This is good. Yep, it's good. I don't know. I might just wear this to go out tonight because it's very simple, but damn hiccups. I hate having the hiccups. But yeah, I went ahead and ordered one of everything in my merch shop. I'm going to have a haul of all that stuff as well. But there is only so many. Shipping is a little different because it's from different companies through Printify. But, you guys, I've gotten 2 shirts already and they were amazing. The only thing I changed was like the logo on the front, and I've added gray and black for men as well. And then the hats, and then what else did I add? The coffee mugs are like the best though. I love the coffee mugs, are like impeccable. They look good. Oh, okay. So I am gonna read a little. I'm gonna try to get ahead because I'm actually behind on where I should be. So I have a feeling it gets good on chapter 16. So, but you guys, during the week, I conversate with you guys a lot more. But on weekends, like today, I have to catch up with where I left off. But I want to be online with you guys so you can hear it live. I just can't read the comments right now, okay? Let's get this done so it's done and out of the way. Hi guys, welcome back. We are here to continue Powerless by Elsie Silver. This is the 3rd in the Chestnut Springs series. She is by far my favorite romance author. I've read a ton of romance in my past. She's just got a way that, I don't know, it's magic. It's magic. And this one is by far, so far, my favorite because it has a lot more of a storyline. We've been waiting on Jasper. But we left off on page 167, chapter 16, Jasper. Harvey, you kids got somewhere safe to spend the night? Jasper, yeah, hotel in Rose Hill. Harvey, 2 rooms or 1? Smiley face. Jasper, don't be weird. 1 room, 2 beds. Harvey, I'm not weird. You're the one with the crush on your cousin. Jasper, she's not my cousin. Harvey, hot, but you didn't deny the crush. Sloane is drunk, hilariously hammered, totally unfiltered, and leaning on me way harder than I ever imagined someone her size could. Her soft giggles accompany the low hum of the yellowish neon lights above us in the hotel hallway, and she keeps stepping on my feet. You're a ballerina. Aren't you supposed to be graceful? She ignores me, tilting her head up in my direction. Have you noticed that you have a zit right? She pokes a spot right near my hairline that curves around my temple. I snort. No, Sloane, I haven't been concerned with my skin of late. It's annoying. I bet you wash your face with shampoo. Never moisturize and only put sunscreen on when you're on vacation. And you still look like that. Her hand waves over the length of my body. I reach into my pocket and pull out her room key, giving it a quick swipe before pressing into the room. I wash my face with body wash. She groans and tosses her head back dramatically, staring at the ceiling. You can't do that. Why? My face is a part of my body. Every man that I know does the same thing. It doesn't have the right stuff in it. She sways as she pulls at her shoes, and I stifle a laugh. Even if it smells heavenly like mint and whatever else. Mint and eucalyptus, same body wash I've used for years. What stuff does my face need? A shoe flies past us and hits the wall. Whoa! Her eyes widen and she giggles again. I count my blessings that she's a happy drunk. I don't think I could handle her being sad right now. Vitamin C, peptides, exfoliating acids. You're not getting any younger. You should consider a retinol, but then you need to put on sunscreen every day. Oh my God! The nephew follows suit and she swaggers into the bathroom. I have the best idea. Sonny, I'm not sure this is the moment where you'll come up with your best idea. You calling me drunk, Gervais? She hollers from the small room. I hear shuffling in there as I peel off my shoes and straighten hers by the door. Never. You are perfectly sober. But I'm going to grab you a bottle of water and you're going to drink it, all right? Are there any of those small bottles of Grand Marnier or whatever? Hotels are always stocked with alcohol that nobody drinks. I mean, who drinks Grand Marnier? I huff out a quiet laugh and pad over to the fridge. There are 2 bottles of water. I don't think this is a Grand Marnier type of hotel. She pops out from the bathroom doorway as soon as I straighten with 1 plastic bottle in each hand. But she has some bottles of her own that she's holding out. Facials, she squeals. What? I blink once, staring at her soft blonde hair and happy eyes. She holds up a purple squeeze bottle and a green glass tub of something and shakes them at me like I'm stupid. I'll drink your water if you give me a facial. Gotta say, the first place my head goes is not to beauty products. Don't worry, I'll give you one too. The image of Sloane straddling my face, my hands on her ass, while she stares into my eyes, flashes into my mind. It's not the first time. Usually I push the thought away, but tonight I'm feeling just loose enough to let it linger, to watch her move, to think about the sound she might make. Buck up, Gervais. She hops onto the bed, drops the skincare products on the mattress, and gestures me toward her, fingers folding down into her palm. Seriously not helping. All the blood in my body rushes south, and I cover by tossing her a bottled water. Drink this first, I say as it flies, but her reflexes are slow tonight, and the bottle hits her in the face, square in the nose. The guys and I toss each other water bottles on the bench all the time. It's second nature. She flinches hard, and I gasp as I take long strides over to the bed to check on her. Her hands are clasped over her face, and her fingers move to check herself over. I feel awful. I feel sick. The thought of anyone hurting Sloane, even me, has fire coursing through my veins. When I reach for her shoulder, she peers up at me and she bursts out laughing. Jas, you just threw that at my face, you awkward motherfucker. I didn't. I'm shaking my head in denial. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. Are you okay? She laughs harder. I'm fine, totally fine. Her words wheeze out around her laughter. My palms squeeze her shoulders in time, which draws her attention up to my face. Sonny, you are crazed right now. You need to drink some water. Her lips roll inward as she fights to hold it together. Okay. She nods and opens the water bottle beside her. She lifts it almost to her lips and stops, looks away, and bursts out laughing again. I can't believe you smoked me in the face like that. I scrub at my stubble, trying not to laugh, but it's infectious. I didn't mean to. I know, but it's still funny. I cross my arms now, trying to convey how serious I am to her. It's not funny. That's only because you didn't see your face. She contorts her features into a very exaggerated expression of horrified shock, and then belly laughs some more. I groan and toss my head on the desk. Bet you used to get kicked out of class for getting the giggles. Her index finger flips up from behind the plastic bottle and points at me while she takes a deep swig of water. Facts. I can't help but chuckle. I can totally see it. The bed sags a little when I sit down on the edge, but not too close to Sloane. She continues to sip her water as her laughter subsides, and I pick up the she brought out of the bathroom. Okay, fine. I'll give you a facial. This time when she laughs, water sprays out toward the front of the room. Good God! I flop back on the bed and toss an arm over my face, feeling my body vibrate as I laugh with her. She's always had this effect on me. Her sunshiny persona is infectious. Sometimes I fight it, and right now, for the life of me, I can't figure out why. She claps one hand over her mouth, and from behind it says, I'm sorry, you can't trust me right now. Okay, more water. Then you can put whatever fancy voodoo skin shit this is on me. Way to avoid saying facial. She's sitting on her knees now, looking down at me while she carefully sips her water. Please don't spit water on my face, is my reply as I stare back up at her, our eyes latching onto one another and not letting go. Without the brim of my hat, I feel exposed, laid bare, but for her, I'm not sure I mind so much. People looking too closely makes me nervous, makes my skin itch, but with Sloane's eyes on me, all I feel is warmth. When the silent eye contact seems like it's gone on for too long, I lift the purple tube and read the instructions while she polishes off the entire bottle of water. Once it's empty, she tosses it over her shoulder. With a smirk, she reaches for the tube and flips the cap open, squeezing white clay onto the tips of her fingers. It says you're supposed to wash your face with warm water first. Sloane rolls her eyes at me, rich coming from the guy who cleanses his face with body wash. And then she's slathering it onto my forehead, down my nose, up my cheekbones. Her eyes take on this slightly faraway look as her gentle fingers glide over the skin of my face. Her brow furrows in concentration and her glacier irises move around every corner of my face as she meticulously spreads the clay. She catches me staring at her and I drop my gaze, closing my eyes like that might help. Except behind the privacy of my own lids, her touch sends electricity sparking across my skin, and the darkness transforms into the image of her bent over that pool table in front of me. I can still feel her slender body beneath mine, still feel the way my dick twitched before I had to force myself not to grind against her. Because friends don't grind their cocks on their friends, perfect asses. It's just not done. Despite that friend rule, I feel the familiar swelling sensation all the same, and it has me lurching up and away from her touch. Okay, that's good, I grumble, the thick clay substance tingling and tugging on my face. Your turn. She nods, looking a little wide-eyed now. I'm not sure what went on in her head while she rubbed that into my face, but there's immediately tension between us now. The playful notes are gone, like in the lake, like over that fucking pool table. I take the tube and squeeze a dollop of the clay onto my fingertips. As I reach toward her face, I stare at her mouth rather than her eyes, thinking that will be less distracting. I'm wrong. Everything about Sloane Winthrop is fucking distracting, and I've been trying really damn hard for a really long time not to notice. When I brush my fingers over her cheekbone, she sucks in a sharp breath. Both our gazes move to my hand, the one that shakes suddenly under the scrutiny. I just swallow and forge ahead, forcing myself to stare at my fingers and where I'm spreading the clay, rather than her baby blues. I have to be careful with her. I don't want to get it in her hair or her eyes. I like my low point for the night to remain hitting her in the face with a water bottle. When I smudge the material over her jaw and swipe over her chin, the tips of my fingers slide over her bottom lip. I watch it happen in slow motion, chalky white over plush pink. My fingers, her lip, the way it flattens and presses to the side with the slightest pressure. Everything about her is so soft and malleable. She gasped again, her mouth popping open, and this time my eyes snap to hers. They're wide and glowing, all the shades of blue, a kaleidoscope of colors, a prairie sky, a robin's egg, a glacier lake, streaks making all those pale colors pop. And that fucking gasp is a shot of lightning to my groin. You know what? Her lashes fall down like a curtain and she pulls away, unfolding herself from the bed. I'll just finish this myself. Won't make you do it. Before I can say anything, she's in the bathroom and the sink is running. By the time I get there, she's scrubbing at her face and avoiding making eye contact with me. She eventually gives me a flat smile while casting a furtive glance my way through the mirror, eyes lingering on my face that's covered in what looks like drying white paint. It clings to my stubble and it cracks in spots. It reminds me of myself in a way, a fragile shell. One little crack and the entire thing is liable to burst open. You okay? Yep, she says a little too brightly while drying her face. Just realizing I should go to bed if I don't want to feel like a total shit tomorrow. When she leaves, I let out a heavy breath and drop my palms onto the counter before me. I'm not sure what's going on with us today, but we're both going to feel like total shit tomorrow, regardless of alcohol intake. Because Sloan is going to be hungover, and I'm going to be tired from staying up all night, fighting off thoughts about all the filthy things I want to do to her and those soft, puffy lips. Ooh, it might get spicy. Chapter 17, Sloan. Sloan, send help. Summer, help with what? Are you guys okay? Sloan, I'm so hungover I want to die. Willa, nice. Shame spiral. Did you bang him? Sloan, no, we gave each other facials and passed out awkwardly. Willa, high five. I love it when Cade gives me a facial. Summer, good God. Sloan, that is not what I meant. I really nailed it when I said I was going to feel like total shit in the morning. It's like I had a premonition or something, because my head is pounding. There's a heavy weight that reminds me an awful lot of shame pressing down on my chest, and the silence in the truck is fucking deafening. Jasper and I exchanged good mornings. He asked how my nose was, and I rolled my eyes at him. He's acting like he hit me with the fastball, not lobbed a flimsy bottle of water at me that sort of rolled down my face. Because yes, I remember everything about last night in excruciatingly clear detail. I was just drunk enough to not give a fuck about anything, but not drunk enough to forget it. Most times I would say getting hammered and not blacking out was a win, but I'd be happy if I'd blacked out last night. It would have prevented me from running that tape in my head on repeat. The sky above us is dark gray and snow falls in big fat flakes, landing in loud wet slaps against the windshield. The windshield, where we both keep our gazes fixed. Because shit is awkward this morning, and it's probably because I went all green-eyed on fans of his and then dragged him back to our hotel room where I asked if he'd sign my melons and give me a facial. What can I say? We all have our breaking points, and it would seem like I've hit mine. I glanced over at the speedometer, and we're going on a good chunk before the speed limit. Below the speed limit, okay. You live near the mountains long enough, and you know what heavy snowfall looks like before it hits. And this is that. I know it, and Jasper knows it. And I know Jasper well enough to know that inside his head right now, he's agonizing over our safety. That's his default mode. You must think I'm an idiot, is how I open our conversation. His head flips my way so sharply that I wonder if it hurt his neck. His face softens when his eyes land on me, and my heart skips a beat. Within seconds, that chiseled face turns back to the road, knuckles white on the steering wheel. I absolutely do not think you're an idiot. My life is in shambles, and I'm ignoring it by choice, and I was definitely an idiot last night. I joked, turning to stare out the passenger window at the rocks and trees crowding the mountain pass so tightly. It feels like I could open my window and touch that dark, craggy stone. Icicles cling to the sharp edge from the hard frost that hit overnight. No, you deserve to let loose. You were funny. I needed it. I had fun. We had fun. I let his words bounce around in my head. We had fun. I'm sorry if I embarrassed you. How could you have embarrassed me? He sounds genuinely confused. With those girls, I was a major cock blocker. He chuckles quietly now, and I appreciate the blocking. You're just saying that. Let's not pretend you don't enjoy female company. He shocks me when he responds bluntly. I like sex. The rest is too much. I try to swallow and end up choking on my saliva like the winner I am right now. He's always so damn quiet. I didn't expect the word sex to crust his lips so effortlessly, let alone the part of him liking it. I recover with, I've seen you out with women at those fancy awards and stuff, so nice try. He shrugs and his thick biceps rise and fall with the motion. Looks can be deceiving. Sometimes it's just a friend of a friend. Usually it's someone I only see now and then, who gets what I want and doesn't ask for more. Like a fuck buddy? I almost want to say friends with benefits, but somehow the thought of him actually being friends with some other woman is worse. Sex is sex. Friendship, though, with Jasper, friendship is love. He clears his throat. Basically, that's such a fucking Jasper thing to say. Elusive and secretive. Whatever that means. I roll my eyes and stare back out at the mountains. I don't know how to handle this newfound tension between us. Before, it was just me in my head. Now, His eyes linger a little too long, and so does his touch. Fingers twined with mine, hand on the small of my back. It means meeting someone who actually likes me for who I am and not what I am. Feels downright impossible at this point in my career. It means I can spend surface level time with people, but it always comes back to what I do for work, or how much money I make, or how famous I am. It means I can never just meet a person without the notoriety hovering over me. And that means I question everything and everyone. My tongue swipes over my bottom lip and my chest tightens as I unravel everything he just admitted. Even my mom pops up when I'm in the news or if she sees me on TV. Jasper never talks about his parents. She does? My voice is small and I regard him carefully. Always. Just to say hi? He scuffs and one corner of his lips tip up. But it's not an amusement. It's more of a wry twist, a cover for a deep hurt. No, Sonny, for money. I'm sorry. Do you know where she is? It's not enough. It's not nearly enough. But I don't know what else to say to him. I'm out of my depth with his accident and everything that came in its wake. It strikes me as unfair that so many terrible things can happen to one person, that one human can defy the odds so thoroughly, that the universe couldn't have sprinkled a little of Jasper's pain over more people to make his burden just a little bit lighter. His sister, his mom, his dad, now Bo. It's cruel and it makes my heart ache for him. It always has. Those sad fucking eyes, which I drowned in on the first summer day, a dark blue abyss. Sometimes I feel like I sank to the bottom of that deep ocean and just took up residence. I got lost in Jasper's eyes and never left. She comes and goes. You know how she is. In the wake of Jenny's death, she started self-medicating. And within a year, she was another person, living another life. One that took her from flophouse to flophouse, from prison to rehab. 2. I don't even know anymore. He pauses, and all I can think is she became a person who broke her son more thoroughly than he already was. It's my fault. His words strike a heavy blow. I've lived such a pretty and privileged life, one tied up with a shiny satin bow. I've never even been hit, never lost a family member, never experienced pain that wasn't my doing. Sure, my parents have their quirks, but they've never set out to hurt me or cared so little about me. They would do something that might cause me pain. But I imagine this is how it feels. It is not your fault. It is, and I send her the money to atone for that. A quiet groaning sound aches in my throat. Nausea roils in my stomach, and I can't be sure if it's the hangover or the topic of conversation. You have nothing to atone for. No, I snap at him, clapping my hands firmly to cut him off. Nothing at all. I've told you before, and I'll keep telling you until the day I die. You were a child. She was a child, and it was an accident. His breathing sounds heavy, almost labored, as we both stare out the front window. I still remember the night I told you what happened. I remember you crying, which was even worse than saying it all out loud. Watching you cry, so young and naive. I did. I sobbed. I broke for him, wanting to take some of his pain and make it my own. If the universe wouldn't help him share the burden, I decided that I would do it myself. That night, with only the moon as his witness, a devastated boy divulged his deepest, darkest secrets to the most inconsequential person he could find. A girl who never looked at him with pity, only adoration. And he shredded his heart for her, left all the jagged, torn pieces at her feet. And I became the keeper of those pieces. I didn't balk at the rawness of the moment. I don't think I even really understood it, but I picked up every little scrap and stowed them away in my heart for safekeeping. With time, I made sense of his story. I molded over. I became a part of it, inserted myself somehow. And those pieces became seeds. Seeds that I watered and tended to and kept safe for him. But seeds grow, and now the roots of him that night are wrapped so tightly around my heart that I'll never be able to extricate myself from Jasper Gervais. There isn't a soul in the world who can remove those roots and the stranglehold they have on me. I learned with my parents that no matter how fiercely I love someone, it isn't enough to make them stay. But you, I told you every dirty little detail, and you could have hated me, but you stayed, you danced. I could never hate you, Jess. Tears prick at my eyes. I did the only thing I knew how to do. Under the light of the moon, in a field of lush green grass, I got up and let the movements flow through my body. The classical tune played in my head. The only real music was the hush of a suffocatingly warm summer night on the prairies. And the only person in the audience was a beautiful boy with haunted eyes who watched my every movement and told me it was beautiful when I finished. Then he left. And I could only hope that he'd sleep, that he felt a little lighter. He might have been an abandoned teenager, and I might have been some naive little kid, but that night we were just two souls with one secret. And after that, unlikely friends. I'm surprised you didn't laugh when I told you, he chuckles darkly. I turn and punch his arm, feeling a little irritated with him for still being so goddamn hard on himself. Shut up. What are you gonna do about it? Probably throw a water bottle at your face. A relieved laugh escapes him, and I watch his hands twist on the steering wheel, eyes still fixed on the road. I didn't throw it at your face. Not my fault your hand-eye coordination is trash. Tell my nose that. I rub it dramatically, even though it doesn't hurt at all. The huge new bump on it suits you. Adds some character to that otherwise perfect face. He's trying to divert back into playful, friendly banter, the kind we do so well. The type that cropped up between us once everything was out on the table. After that night, I never hesitated to tell Jasper anything. Of course, as we got older, things changed, but we had this foundation of raw honesty I could always fall back on. I trust him, and I think he trusts me. I don't know why he trusted me that night. Perhaps he just needed to unload, and I was the puppy love riddled girl who's already up watching him, who just happened to be out for a walk. Either way, it connected us. For life, it would seem. Because I don't think he's told another soul the entire details of that day. That he held his hand up in that signal. That his family fell to shambles in the wake of it. That he felt responsible. That Bo found him living in a car in a field behind the school because his mom was missing and his shithead dad had started a fresh life and failed to keep coming home for him at all. The mention of perfect face brings a hush back through the cab, and with all the quiet, my mind wanders. My curiosity gets the best of me when I ask, "You hear from him at all?" He knows I mean his dad without even saying it. Harvey has filled that void for Jasper the best he can, but there's no getting over a parent who leaves you by choice, a parent who blames you for the worst day of your life. He clears his throat, glancing at me from under the brim of his cap. No. I nod, tamping down the rage that his biological dad always stirs up in me. I drove there once, just to see. Parked on the street and watched his house for an entire day. His wife, his kids, a fucking cat. I always wanted a cat, and he wouldn't let me get one. Did he see you? Eventually. What did he say? His throat works in tandem with his hands on the wheel, and he shrugs. I could kill him, I mutter, rubbing my hand over my lips as though I can press back in the words I want to spew about this man who abandoned his only surviving child to start fresh without him. Grief twists us all in unusual ways, and I wish I could bring myself to be more forgiving considering what he went through. But I just can't. All I see is Jasper and what it did to him. I know my dad can be a domineering dick, but he cares about me in his own way. Jasper chuckles sadly. That's the thing, Sonny. He said nothing at all. He saw me. We made eye contact, and he just closed the door and flicked off the porch light. Went to bed. I'm sorry. My voice cracks when I offer the apology, and I reach out to wrap my fingers around his shoulder, fingertips dusting the curls that trace the back of his neck. He inclines his head toward me, and the pads of my fingers rasp over the bone at the top of his spine. I rub a slow circle there and feel his body relax under my touch. It strikes me again that it isn't enough to heal his wounds, but it's what I've got. I can be a person who really knows who he is rather than what he is. I can listen. When he talks, I'll always listen. Shit happens to the best of us, Sonny, and I am not the best of us. To me you are, is what I tell him. My eyes catch on the diamond that sits on my finger, and I recoil at the sight. I need to take it off, but I'm stalling, and not because I miss Sterling. It's because I worry that if I take this ring off, I'll do something stupid and desperate where Jasper is concerned. It's like a mental seatbelt for me at this point. One of the few things keeping me safe from myself in an impulsive decision. But I reach out, take his nearest hand off the wheel, and link my fingers tightly with his over the center console. And the ring doesn't stop me. That is all I'm going to read. I'm going to stop there on page 187, chapter 18. Oh, almost halfway. Almost. Yeah. Thank you guys for being here with me again for this book. This one just has so much more storyline behind it. Jasper threw way more in his life than any of the others did. Yeah, they lost their mom, but they still had their family. Their dad didn't give up on them. They stayed at the ranch. Jasper was like left out on his own. You know, I love Jasper. He's cute. But anyway, thank you again for being here. Make sure you like and subscribe if not already, and hit the hype. If you can hype this video. I know you're limited to how many times you can do it, but if you'd hype, it'd be great. It'd help me out tremendously. But anyway, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow. And down below, put your favorite heart emoji. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Bye. Okay. Got 2 done. Yay. What? Oh, no. Hi, guys. I just finished reading basically 2 days of Powerless on my new phone that I just use for filming, basically. Ooh, the lights are in my eyes. But make sure you guys subscribe and definitely check out my videos. I have some good ones, and I take pride in the work I've already put into this channel. And I am now officially a YouTube partner after like almost 2,000 videos? Or is it over that? I don't know. But I put a lot of work into it. I hope you guys enjoy them. And I hope you go way back to the beginning and see where I started. And it's an eyesore in the beginning. But I'm very thankful for how far I've come because people like you watch my channel, and I appreciate it. Definitely when you come into a chat room, like a live, definitely just automatically thumbs up, because that just shows YouTube that people are liking my content. I can come on here a million times a day, but what good is it going to do if it shows them that no one likes what they're watching? That's the only way that they can tell that, is by the thumbs up. So thank you for doing that. And if you watch my videos and you have a hype left, it'd be great if you could hype them. But I do have today the new Disney collection from Bath and Body Works went up, and till midnight tonight, I believe, everything body care, body sprays and lotions are $6.95. So watch the review. But I mean, don't always trust my instincts on scents. They smell a little different to everybody, but I feel like with floral, I think Bath and Body Works did an amazing job. Amazing job. And I'm not one to really go towards the florals, but with Disney Princess, they're going to be floral. And my favorite is Snow White. The apple one is like literally an apple out in the woods. So good. So good. And it smells real, like realistic. Not like non-realistic, but like a fresh apple in the woods, like out in the woods. I don't know how, they did a really good job on all of them. I know a lot of people don't like, there's one, I think it's Aurora, they say is too much musk. I didn't smell the musk in it at all. See what I mean? Everybody has different, Hi, Ryan. It's good to see you, buddy. So I just found out, I didn't know I had the hype thing on my videos now. I always hype all my favorite YouTubers. One of them's actually over there in England that I watch. But yeah, tonight, me and my husband are going out, and I don't know where we're going to go. But I told him I was going to film 2 on this. But you guys, I am so impressed with this one. Like Jasper, like I fall in love with characters. Very easy in books. Especially the ones that are having like a hard time, like a hardship. And like this guy, his whole life has been nothing but hard. And it's a really good book. Yeah, almost halfway. It goes pretty quick. Hi, Magoo. Go to casino. I cannot. But tomorrow, so Ryan, next Saturday, Polly's coming over this way, and I'm excited because he's going to teach me a lot about like colognes and scents. He knows a lot about all of this scent, so we're going to do that, and he's going to be on the live with me. We're going to have a lot of fun, and he knows a lot about YouTube too that I don't know. So I'll have to bring my laptop and yeah, so make sure you tune in next Saturday. It's going to be fun. I'm excited. And we'll eat like all the junk that we should not eat. I like eating. Not even necessarily junk. I like to eat. Like it's fun. I like to try new things and it's just fun. But my nails are still going strong. I'm feeling like I almost should put clear coat on them, but then it would make that peel. I really like these. But I do. I look like Kim Possible with these pants, don't I? She had like a black shirt and like these green pants. Yeah. I know. It'll be super cool because he's on everybody, moderating. But he'll also be holding my phone, right, Polly? I'm just kidding. You guys, I kid around a lot. And gum. Caught you beat. You wanna what? What does that mean? Yeah, everyone does need a Polly. Oh, hey Justin. So, these are all wigs. So what I'm gonna do, I want to series because honestly, Jimmy, you're too much, buddy. The wigs, like Jimmy, for instance, doesn't like the wigs, but I just like them because it gives me a different look all the time. All the time. But I feel like the ones I picked, I I feel like the ones I picked are very good. I don't know how I get them, but they're very good. I just literally put them on and brush them a little bit, and that's it. This one's brand new, and I think it costs like $8 or something like that. But they're so much fun. Like, why not? If you get extensions, for one, they're painful and they rip out your real hair. This way I can have short and long hair and be whoever the fuck I want for the day. It's fun. I like to, Halloween's my favorite holiday. I love dressing up. I love doing, I need to go to some of those conventions. This would be really fun. Where they dress up and stuff. Hi, Emery. It's going good. I just finished reading 2 days worth of Powerless because I had to backtrack because the last time I did it, I didn't have enough memory on my phone. So I got a new phone just for filming, not for apps or anything like that. Just the app that I use to edit. It's called AI something. What is it called? I don't know, but it's good. Yeah, so I was her one year. I need to post that photo on here. And I have a black cat too. So I had a picture of me holding Clover when she was a lot lighter. That's when she was a kitten. My husband was Batman, but I had like the full Michelle Pfeiffer Batman Returns Catwoman costume. It was badass. It was like badass. It was neat. Yeah, I love doing. That's why I like working at Spirit Halloween because it's really. I love. That's the one place you can dress up every day. But I was definitely the oldest. I was older than all the area managers too. I'm like, damn, I'm old. But everybody there was like, came to me about their, a lot of them are emo, but I have an emo side of me too. And so do my daughters. So, and I worked at Spencer's in the mall. That was fun. And I was a store greeter because I didn't want to do register. It just makes me, people standing in line makes me nervous. But as you know, Spencer's is really small. And like the front of the store, I had to stay in that little area where they put like the funny Christmas sweatshirts every year right in the front. And by the t-shirts, you would get knocked into the corner. It got so busy. Am I 22? No, I'm 42. Oh, thank you, Jimmy. I know what you meant, but like this morning, I felt like it looked really good, the short hair. But when I go to edit videos, I don't know if it's the lighting. I don't know. It just brings out like my cheekbones even more, which I'm really like, I'm very put off by my cheekbones. Will comment, and it just makes me a little bit. But they always have. My cheekbones have always been prominent, and thank you. It's my like Kim Possible look. I used to watch Kim Possible. My best friend's name is Kim, so I always call her that. But yeah, I'm gonna get off here, guys, because I have to get ready, and the youngest has been giving us a hard time today, so I got to get back out there. But I'll be on here tomorrow morning. I have to take the youngest. The others are out of school, so I'm going to be taking him, and I'll go on live with you guys, and we'll do something tomorrow. I'll let you know. Yeah, I love it. But I got to hang my letters back up. I got to do something. But you guys, make sure you go and watch my long videos. I put a couple up today. There's some going up tomorrow. And definitely hype. But I have the hype button on my videos now. So I'm excited. But thank you guys for being here. I appreciate all of you guys so much. You guys always come back for me and you show up. I appreciate it. I hope you guys all have a great night, and I will see you back here tomorrow. Hi, Steven. Thank you, Jimmy, again. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. See you later. Thank you, Polly. Thank you, music. See you guys soon. What in the hell is that button for? Why does it do that crap? Why does it do that crap?